Hello, Facebook, YouTube, the day of Gabriel, Archangel, Messenger, the one, God is my strength. Yes, not Manai, Moon Day Manai. All right. It's time to give a shout out to the wonderful, beautiful heaven that is just so magnificent of a God that created it. Is just this heaven is just so wonderful, so peaceful. That's one thing I love about looking at the clouds. The clouds look so peaceful. They look peaceful. You know what I'm saying? I never been to heaven. But the clouds speak so much. I look at them. They still, and they're just so peaceful, and they're pure, and it's just a reflection of heaven. That to me, I think it's an advertisement for God is trying to help us show concerning how much we allow, our hearts. It's all about our hearts. It will always be a heart thing. That we will see the value that if we follow His rules, the place where we're heading. I think the clouds are advertisement of heaven and what you desire. You look down on earth, it's going zoom, 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 and all that energy. To me, I call it aimless energy, because if you're aiming for the earth, a temporal earth, look at how much it's worth. All right, temporal. All right, that's not the message. Topic of the message. Oh yes. Oh boy, this message is gonna be. Yeah, those kind of messages, pretty much like that. But the top of this message is the reality of God. How should I say it? Topic of the message is loving the no God. Loving the no God. See, here's the thing about, I notice, the thing is, if you look at and read the Word of God concerning every story about, God and the children of Israel and stuff like that, those stories are supposed to tell you something about the characteristics, or more like the personality characteristics of God. It's supposed to help you get to know this God and what He's all about, and and what He's not all about. It's just that simple. The thing is, and it's not really complicated to know what God is all about. Is I believe that, people suffer from, of course, complicated desires concerning that they develop in this earth, that this earth has present this somewhat treasure to them, that we find ourselves, falling for a trick. God taught me, God will give us something that will rise us up instead of fall for a trick, but rise us up in triumph. That's what God is all about. But God has to put us in situations that are difficult, that are beyond us, that are, it's going to take Him, of course, to deliver us, that we will experience true triumph concerning the purpose that He created us for. That's a message all by itself, but I want to help y'all understand. But in those stories, God, the children of Israel desired something. One time they got tired of eating manna, tired of eating manna. And they wanted something else. They wanted, when the language of want means the flesh, and flesh is pretty much lust. What do you want? You want something that, that what we don't see, that is not going to be a need. We always want after things and not realizing that they're not really a need. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is people try to wish what they want, things that, wanting items, to make them needs, but they will never be a need. You know what I'm saying? Anybody of this earth, like I said, the PT, people and things will never be a need. As much as you want them, they will never be a need. I don't know why I'm going to that, but God is, telling me. But I'm trying to get to this idea of know God, I put a post today, I learned, and in my relationship with God, if God can't say no to me, and I can accept his no and be satisfied with his no, then I really don't really know God, if I can't do that. Because here's the thing about, that we in this world system is Satan, the God of this world, is all about spoiling you with all these things and all these people around you to make you think that, the place that where you at right now, is what you like. You know what I'm saying? And it's more wonderful than a place of learning how to become disciplined in God's love, because I hear that, Jesus said in John that if you know them by my Messiah, sorry, they know me by their disciples based upon their love towards one another. You know what I'm saying? Concerning you being a disciple is all about being disciplined. And if you can't be disciplined, you can't truly fulfill a true purpose in your life or help somebody else fulfill a purpose. But the thing is, when God says no, you know what I'm saying, can we receive his no? Because we can surely receive yes. Yeah, the song says yes, 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 Lord. Yeah, yes, Lord. Or we say yes, Lord, to him, but we like to get carried away with that yes, Lord, that we will think God will say yes to the things that we are doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I call it the GM God. There's the GM God and there's the JJ God. The GM God is the grace and mercy God, and the JJ God is the just God and the judgment God. You know what I'm saying? That we don't, when we in this spoiled state, that we think God is supposed to cater to what we want, he becomes our pretty much genie in a bottle, that we can wish to have this and wish to have that, and he will go 3, yep, yes, here it is. We look at God in that image and we think that, this God is going to, is real, and this God is the reality of, and this is all, oh my goodness, I just saw a truck roll by me that has JJ on it. I don't know how that happened. I wish I can show you the truck, but it went by me so quick it had JJ on it. I promise to God I won't lie to you. But we like, the grace and mercy God. Give us grace for our mistakes and give us mercy for our mistakes, and we're going to keep on living the life the way we want to live, to a point that we will start, actually doing what your word of God says. You know what I'm saying? That's the God that people are known for, especially a lot of Christians. But they don't know about JJ. They don't know about JJ God, the judgment God, and the just God that will, bring, just means to make right. Really what went wrong, to make right, not to get you to create your own righteousness, but to make right to what God has established, already. There's already a right. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to not be like Romans 10:3, make our own righteousness, but we're supposed to be about the righteousness of God. Is the whole idea that God wants us operating. But watch this, he's going to try to, the just God going to try to make us right, that, you know, that we don't do wrong. But if we don't want the right, don't want to be wrong, we meet judgment God. And judgment God is discipline God. Well, more likely correction God. That God will correct us concerning our actions, concerning our direction that we took in matters in our own hands and went to go do, you know, without, you know, really hearing from him. And, you know, the thing is, I got, you know, of course, remind me of the guy, the guy that we should understand his lesson, Jonah. That, you know, is, you know, the ideal is how many times God got to send the well over us to spit us to Nineveh, the place that he told us to go to. How many times we got to keep going, trying to go to Tarsus to think that God is going to bless our Tarsus journey. No, he's not going to bless Tarsus journey, the place that you want to go. No, he's going to try to get you, you know, it's like, you know, God told me like this. So I'm like, I want you to go, you know, to Nineveh. Go here. And we're like, no. It's like, I want you to go to Nineveh. Go here. We're like, no, we want to go to Tarsus. I want you to go to Nineveh, but you need to go here. And we're like, no, we're going to Tarsus. So God says, oh well, I gotta go send the well to swallow you up. Go all the way to Tarsus, go all the way to Nineveh to spit you off to the place that I want you to go. And, you know, us Christians, we don't like that. We don't like going in the well and him spitting us to, you know, the place that he wants us to go. We don't like that, you know, but what's not making us not like that is that spoiled, yes, lustful, spoiled, well, the lust in your heart that's, you know, got you spoiled, that you want to go where you want to go, do what you want to do, or play how you want to play, live how you want to live. That, you know, we become the Addams family, you know, Christians, that we think we can do that. Nope. God is going to say, oh well, you don't want to listen to me? Oh well. But the well that we look at, you know, we think, oh, that well is evil. That well is terrible. But the well is of the well of love, you know. And that love that, you know, David is trying to tell us about, that, you know, concerning, you know, his people's favorite chapter, you know, Psalms 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He making me to lie down in green pastures. He leading me beside the still water. He restores my soul. He leading me by the path. He leading me, sorry y'all. He leading me, he going to the right path of righteousness for his name's sake. You know what I'm saying? That part, you know what I'm saying? But yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod, there it is. That's what I was trying to get to. Y'all forgive me if I did not recite the 23rd Psalms right. Thy rod, you see? And the thing is, that rod is something that people don't like these days. But here's what David has to say about the rod. That rod, thy staff, that comforts me. God taught me, you know, and David, you know, learning from David, this Psalms, that, you know, I'd rather be comforted with the rod of correction than be comfortable in the direction of error. That we need to understand in our life concerning becoming disciplines, and start learning that to love and be comfortable with the no God, the God that said no. You know what I'm saying? That we can accept his correction, accept his no, that we can truly go to the path of righteousness and fulfill our purpose that we're supposed to be.